Hey guys, I'm Alastair and this is the Merrell MTL Adapt Matryx. First off then, if you're not familiar with the MTL brand yet, you really should be. This is one of the newest brands. It's actually a branch of Merrell Test Lab, that's what it stands for. But it's the newest trail running brand or branch that's doing some really cool things right now. Every trail running shoe I've tested from MTL has been fantastic so far. And this is another one of those shoes and I can't wait to tell you all about it. So the MTL Adapt Matryx is very much an all-mountain trail running shoe. It's designed for long distances or ultra running, as you can tell by this crazy high stack height here, which by the way is not actually that high. These walls here are there for stability and support rather than full-on cushioning. More on that in just a moment, but this is very much an all-mountain shoe that really can go over pretty much any terrain and any distance. Think of it as the evolution of the Speedgoat. What? What did I just say? Yes, really, if you have been following my channel for a while now, then you know I absolutely loved the Speedgoat 5. Speedgoat 6 was still good, but it's kind of been going downhill. I feel like this shoe here is kind of where the Speedgoat 5 left off, and I feel like it's an evolution of that shoe. I don't know why I felt it would be before I took it out, and the performance on the trail proved me right. I don't know what to tell you. It's a fantastic successor to the Speedgoat. And before you click away, because maybe you're thinking this crazy cushioning doesn't belong on the trails, well, yes, generally speaking, high stack heights shouldn't be, but this one has incredible trail feel. It really surprised me actually. I was thinking it would be a little bit sloppy on trails and technical terrain, but no, because of the design of the midsole and the outsole, you do get amazing control from it as well and feeling and adaptability to the trail beneath. Anyway, I'm getting way ahead of myself and I'm sharing too much too soon. Let's start with the key specifications. First off, they cost $180. I'll let you know at the end of this review if I believe they're worth that price tag. They weigh 11.2 ounces or 318 grams. That's for a size US men's 9, my pair. Now that's actually a little overweight for a all-mountain trail running shoe with plenty of cushioning like this when you compare it to some of the competitors out there right now. They have a drop of 6 millimeters from heel to toe. That's 36 millimeters under the heel and 30 millimeters under the toe. It has a Matryx upper. If you're not familiar with Matryx uppers, they're absolutely fantastic. They're only found on really high-end trail running shoes right now and a couple of road running shoes, I believe. The material has Kevlar and a polyamide intertwined, giving it really good durability, but it's also a very breathable material too. It's also got TPU overlays on the upper, which gives extra durability on there. You can see it here at the heel as well. And those are really in high wear areas where you might actually snag the shoes on the trail, but also it protects the upper from your toes wiggling inside the shoe underneath as well. And then you've got nice padded collars and padded heel counter at the rear as well. The tongue is fairly short, not as short as the Speedgoat series, and there is a good amount of padding on there so you don't get any lace bite. Awesome. The midsole is using FloatPro Plus foam, which is Merrell's proprietary foam, and it works really well. There's plenty of cushioning, but it's also got a responsive ride, so it's really well balanced. It's not plush by any means. It feels a lot firmer than you would expect actually. And that's really good because you feel the trail beneath you and it allows you to adapt to what you're feeling underfoot, giving you better control and confidence. It's also surprisingly stable, and that's because these walls here are extended higher than the actual midsole itself, and all that does is cradle your foot, giving you extra support and a little bit of extra stability on the run too. The outsole is using Vibram Mega Grip, best in class right now, you can't beat it, and the lugs on there are 4mm deep, which is plenty for most all mountain trails. Traction is fantastic, it's Vibram Mega Grip. Some extra details include a nice little elasticated loop, which is what you stow your laces in once they're done up. That stops them getting snagged on the trails or coming undone. And there's also plenty of reflective materials on here too. As you can see probably here, the Merrell logo does reflect nicely, and that's very large, so you will get seen if you are running at night. When it comes to sizing and fit, they're very much true to size, and they have a medium width, but there's plenty of room in the forefoot and the toe box. It's not like Speedgoat in that respect. Fit is fantastic. The Matryx upper wraps to your foot really well. There's plenty of cushioning around the collars and the heel counter, making it very cloud-like or just really nice and comfortable just to slip your foot into. Heel lock isn't the best. I feel like that could definitely be better for the next version. Some of you might have to do the racer's loop heel lock method, but I found just doing the laces up a little bit tighter than I normally would managed to fix that issue for me. And actually the first time I took them out, I ran in them a little bit, maybe a couple of kilometers, and this lacing setup really loosened up, and I had to tighten it up to get that heel lock better. After doing that, 2 more kilometers, it kind of loosened and softened up again, and I had to adjust the laces one more time. But then heel lock was so much better. So stick with it. If you're enjoying this review so far, please give the video a like, share it with a friend, and be sure to comment on this video. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. And it's nice to know you're actually listening, you're engaged, and you're enjoying the content I'm putting out. So whatever it is, if you just want to say hi, let me know where you're based, let me know what kind of running you like to do, or if you've got a question on this shoe in particular, put all that in the comments down below. I always respond to everyone. And subscribe to my channel for more running shoe reviews just like this one. I always keep things honest, genuine, and as insightful as possible to help you decide whether or not the shoe I'm currently reviewing is going to be best for you and your needs. But if at any point you've got a question, put that in the comments as well. And if you're wondering where I place this in my best all-mountain trail running shoes roundup on alastairrunning.com, definitely follow that link up there. That will show you where this one placed and all the other great competitors out there right now. Well, congratulations, you've made it to my performance review. This is my favorite part of every review because I get to share my deep insights on how they actually perform in the real world. Now, a lot of you out there might be thinking, well, that's a high stack height. That doesn't belong on the trails. Well, yeah, I sometimes think that as well. But of course, have to go out and test that to see if that's really the case. And I feel like this is very much a facade for something else. It's there for flair, the style of how it looks, but also these high walls are not the entire stack height. It goes higher than the actual bottom of your foot. And it's there for stability and support rather than anything else. So don't be scared by that stack height. This isn't the entire stack of a shoe. It's way more than the actual stack. Yes, it's still pretty high, what you're standing on, but it does feel controllable and responsive as well. It's not a plush midsole. It's got plenty of cushioning and protection underfoot, but it's also got the response and that flex that you get when you do flex the shoe. It stores a little bit of energy there and then releases it on toe takeoff. And I was surprised how much I could feel underfoot, how much of a varying terrain I could adapt to and actually regain control when I adapt to that trail beneath. It's so much more agile than I was expecting it to be. And I mentioned this earlier that I did feel like this has definitely had some kind of inspiration from the Speedgoat series. And that excited me greatly because I absolutely loved the Speedgoat 5. Speedgoat 6 kind of went a bit downhill, became a bit of a stiff shoe, and the midsole just felt a little bit uninspiring. So I felt like this could be kind of like the new Speedgoat, and it is. It really does feel very much like the Speedgoat 5, I would say, in terms of how the upper fits and feels. The midsole interestingly feels a little bit more responsive, so I feel like I'm getting more feel of the trail underneath, which really did surprise me about this shoe based on how it looks. But that's a good thing. It means you do get more control on technical terrain, and you kind of just get a better grounded feel when you're running. And that's very important for trail running. And the ride in general is very smooth, so from heel landing to toe takeoff, it's a really nice smooth transition, which is really, really important. If you are going to be ultra running in a pair of shoes, you want a smooth transition, because the more you can reduce that jolting movement as you stride, the better. You're going to feel so much better over hours and hours of running. Traction is fantastic. It's using Vibram Mega Grip on the outsole, so you're never going to have an issue with that. It will perform very well on wet conditions, wet rock, dry, hard trail. It has your back, basically. There's nothing better out there right now. This one is using an interesting X and chevron lug formation or pattern on here. It's got chevrons pointing forward on the front, so when you are climbing up steep inclines, it kind of bites into the trail and it has you there. It's great traction going up steep inclines. And the chevrons point the other way on the heel, so when you're running down steep hills, those lugs have you covered when you're going down. I see this kind of chevron pattern on a lot of trail running shoes, and for good reason. It works very well. The lace stow on the front is a nice little touch. It does keep the laces out of the way. I tried running in them without using that lace stow, and actually one of the laces started coming undone. So I'm glad they put this in there, and that's probably why they added it, because they know these laces maybe aren't the best at staying done up. Something else I have to mention about performance is the heel lock. Initially it wasn't that great. I had to make some adjustments to the lacing after running in them. Maybe 4 kilometers or so. After that, I managed to get a really nice dialed in fit. Some of you might still have to use Racer's Loop heel lock method. If you're not sure what that is, follow that video there. That will just demonstrate how to do that. But essentially what it does is, if you do have narrower heels, it will lock your foot into any running shoe. So definitely check out that video if that's something that you need. And then the weight at 11.2 ounces. That's roughly 10% heavier than most of the competitors out there in the all-mountain, highly cushioned trail running shoe lineup. So it's a little bit heavy, but to be honest, I didn't really notice that on the run. Lighter runners are going to notice it more than heavier runners. Medium weight runners probably won't notice it at all. So yeah, it's heavier, but it's not that noticeable on the run. And yes, I do want that reduced from the next version. That will make this shoe even more fantastic. One other thing to note is the fact this Matryx mesh upper has an extra layer underneath it. So top layer being Matryx, which is fantastic, highly durable and breathable, but there's a tighter knit or engineered mesh layer underneath it. And that acts as a nice barrier between your toes and the Matryx upper, making it softer and more durable, but it also makes it less breathable. So if you are running in extremely hot conditions, your feet might start heating up in this shoe. Is the Merrell MTL Adapt Matryx worth $180 then? Yes, it is, very much so. I absolutely love this one. It feels like the successor to the Speedgoat 5. It's where the Speedgoat 6 probably should be right now. And I do worry for that line, because I absolutely love the Speedgoat 5, and I'm excited to see what they do with the Speedgoat 7, because I think based on the feedback they've had from various shoe tubers like myself and just everyone running in that shoe, they definitely need to do something special for the next version. But in the meantime, you've got the Adapt Matryx. It's fantastic. It feels like it does everything the Speedgoat 5 does, but possibly better, even though it is heavier. It's got Vibram Mega Grip, just like Speedgoat. It's got an upper that feels very, very similar to the Speedgoat 5. It's incredibly comfortable. There's plenty of cushioning here for nice soft landings over long distances, but it's also responsive and it's got really good trail feel, meaning I'm feeling how the trail is changing beneath. The shoe is adapting well to that, and that gives me really good control, even on some technical trails. This isn't going to be the best, most nimble, fast trail running shoe. It's really designed for those who want to do ultra distances in extreme comfort. That's what the Merrell Adapt Matryx is all about. If you want something that's incredibly nimble for running fast over highly technical terrain, maybe you want to summit peaks and bomb it down the other side, that's sky running by the way, then I would highly recommend the Merrell MTL Long Sky 2 Matryx. That is my top pick for that type of running right now. As I said, MTL is bringing out some real bangers right now, and if I could be sponsored by any brand out there, I think right now it's Merrell MTL. If you're listening, give me a sponsorship. So if you've watched this review all the way through, then you'll know exactly what type of trail running shoe this is, and for the type of runner it's going to be best for. But if I've missed something, maybe you've still got a question and you're still not sure if it's going to be for you, just drop that question in the comments down below and I'll get back to you soon. Well, thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.